What if the reason she keeps pulling away has nothing to do with how you look, how much you earn, or how hard you try, and everything to do with the way you speak to her? Most men spend years chasing connection in all the wrong places. But women, real women, are not mysteries. They are simply wired differently. And once you understand how intimacy is truly built inside a woman's heart, everything changes. Welcome back, and if you are here for the first time, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, I want to share something with you that most relationship coaches will never talk about because it is that simple and that powerful at the same time. We are going to explore 5 specific types of conversations that create deep emotional intimacy in women. The kind of closeness that makes her want to reach for your hand, lean into your shoulder, and never want to let go. What you are about to learn changed everything for the men who understood it. So please stay until the very end, because the most important point, it comes last. Let us begin, and I want you to read this not just with your mind, but with your heart open, because some of what you are about to hear may gently surprise you. Conversation 1, the question that makes her feel truly seen. Picture this. She comes home after a long, exhausting day. Her shoulders are tense. Her eyes carry that quiet weight that no one else seems to notice. And you, instead of asking, "What's for dinner?" or jumping into your own story, you look at her softly and say, "What was the hardest part of today for you?" Pause for a moment and think about this. That one question does something extraordinary inside a woman's nervous system. It tells her without a single grand gesture that you see her. Not just her body, not just her role in your life, but her inner world, her emotional reality. Psychology tells us that women experience bonding through what is called felt understanding. It is not about being agreed with. It is about being witnessed. When a man asks a woman a deep, genuine question and then hears the key, actually listens without fixing, without rushing, without redirecting, she feels something almost impossible to describe. She feels safe. And safety for a woman is the beginning of every kind of closeness. Takeaway: the most intimate question you can ever ask is a simple one. Ask her how she is really feeling and then let her answer fill the room. Conversation 2, the memory that builds an invisible bridge between you. There is a moment, and most men miss it completely, when you can make a woman feel more cherished than any bouquet of roses ever could. It happens when you remember something small that she mentioned weeks ago. The name of her childhood friend, the book she said she wanted to read, the way she takes her coffee on rainy mornings. When you bring that memory back into a conversation casually, without fanfare, something shifts in her. She realizes that you were listening, that she matters enough to live in your thoughts even when she is not in the room. This is what women mean when they say they want to feel special, not expensive, not perfect, special. And special is built in these tiny, luminous moments of memory. Neuroscience actually backs this up. When a person feels remembered, the brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the same hormone that makes her feel close to you after physical intimacy. You can trigger that same chemistry just by saying, "Hey, did you ever end up reading that book you told me about?" Takeaway: pay attention to the little things she tells you, because to her, remembering them is one of the loudest ways you can say, "I love you." Conversation 3, the vulnerability that she has been waiting for. Now, here is the one that surprises men the most. You have been taught directly or indirectly that strength means silence, that a real man does not show his fears, his doubts, his softer edges. But let me tell you something from the inside. Nothing, and I mean nothing, draws a woman closer than a man who can be gently, honestly vulnerable. Not dramatic, not broken, just real. When you say something like, "I have been feeling a little uncertain about this decision, and I wanted your perspective," or "There are moments when I worry I am not doing enough, and I do not always know how to handle that." She does not see weakness. She sees courage. She sees a man who trusts her enough to be human with her. Psychologists call this vulnerability reciprocity. When one person opens up in a safe, measured way, the other person naturally wants to open up too. It creates a loop of emotional intimacy that deepens over time. She will not just feel closer to you, she will start sharing parts of herself she has never shown anyone. Takeaway: your willingness to be gently real is not a weakness, it is the very thing that makes her feel she can love you completely. Conversation 4, the dream conversation that lights her up from within. Think back to the last time someone asked you about your biggest dreams. not your plans, not your schedule, your dreams. That glittering, half-formed vision of a life that feels almost too beautiful to say out loud. Now imagine asking her that question. If you could do absolutely anything and nothing could stop you, what would your life look like? Watch what happens to her face when you ask that. Watch her eyes light up. Watch her posture change. Watch her come alive in a way that the ordinary routine of daily life rarely allows. That is not a conversation. That is a gift. Women are deeply moved by men who are genuinely curious about who they are becoming, not just who they are today. When you invite her into a conversation about her future, her desires, her inner fire, you are telling her that her ambitions matter to you. That she is not just a partner in your story. She is the author of her own. And a woman who feels seen in her dreams will always want to share them with the man who asked. Takeaway. Ask her about the life she secretly longs for, and she will feel more intimately known than after 100 ordinary evenings. This is the one. The one that sounds almost too simple, and yet it is the most consistently missing piece in long-term relationships. Specific, heartfelt gratitude spoken out loud. Not a general thanks. Not a quick, you are great. Something like, I want you to know that the way you handled that situation last week, the patience you showed, the grace you brought to something so difficult, I noticed it, and it genuinely moved me. Let that sink in for a moment. Women carry so much quietly. They hold things together in ways that often go unacknowledged, even unnoticed. When you name something specific, a quality, a moment, a choice she made, and tell her that you saw it and it mattered to you, she does not just feel appreciated. She feels understood at a level that goes bone deep. Research on relationship satisfaction consistently shows that feeling genuinely appreciated by a partner is one of the strongest predictors of emotional intimacy and relationship longevity. It is not the grand gestures. It is this: the quiet, specific, sincere recognition of who she is and what she gives. Takeaway. Tell her what you see in her specifically, lovingly, and often, and she will move through life feeling chosen by you every single day. Here is what I really want you to hear, and I am saying this just for you, right now, in this moment. You already have everything she is looking for. Not in your achievements, not in your appearance. In your willingness to truly show up for her in conversation, to ask, to listen, to remember, to be real, to notice her. That is the intimacy she has always longed for. And the most beautiful thing, it costs nothing, and it changes everything. The deepest intimacy between a man and a woman is not built in the bedroom. It is built in conversation, in curiosity, in the courage to truly see each other. If any of these 5 conversations resonated with you, I would love to know which one hit closest to home. Drop it in the comments below. And if you found this valuable, a like goes such a long way, and subscribing means you will never miss what comes next. Because here is the truth. I want to leave you with the man who learns to speak to a woman's heart will never have to chase her. She will always find her way back to him. Pause, warm smile, slow fade.